Hello and welcome to my channel. So what I want to do is to redo my video on adding symbols. So for symbol mapping, it's pretty straightforward in a sense, but it actually does get complicated as well. So first and foremost, you need to be connected to your broker that you want to go through. I'm using my Dxfeed for my paper trading basically and my data, and then I'm currently using interactive brokers for my broker. And you want to be logged in. Sometimes if interactive broker's down for odd times, it will not load, and we'll see if that's going to happen because it's after market hours right now. But all right, so first thing that we're going to do is show you file, broker profiles, and symbol mapping. So this is going to chart the different, let's just go inside. So this is going to chart the different instruments that are bound together effectively, right? So mapping is a little different. So if you're doing an entry or an entry exit strategy, the active orders will be transferred through to the different strategies, if that makes sense. So you could be looking at a Dxfeed and for your paper trading with your data, but you're actually putting your order through on interactive brokers, right? So I'm going to get into that a little later, but for now, let's just add the symbols. So quote manager, right? We're going to check and see if the symbols already exist. So in my case, I'm going to add Netflix. So let's go down, see if we can find it. I think we can probably, no, maybe not. All right, so let's see if we have it in here. And so it's under NASDAQ for stocks, right? And I do not have Netflix, as we can tell. So to add it, first and foremost, you need to select whichever. So I'm using the little down arrow right here. You can use this button as well, but that'll manually add them. And if you manually add them, you need to get all the information right, whereas you can actually search for them and look them up. So let's add from Dxfeed, right? And we'll go in here, NFLX, look up. Okay, pops up right away, and then we can add that. You can change the exchanges too if you wanted to in certain scenarios, but because that's a data feed, it'll go. The other thing to watch out for is, you're not going, if you're on stocks, or you're on futures, it does make a difference in this. So you're not going to look for Netflix in futures and find, oh, of course you will, but just to prove me wrong. But anyway, you're not going to get the core stock in futures, right? So that's something to be aware of. Now for the stock itself, we want to add this specific one, right? So click on Netflix, highlight it, add, and it will add it to your list. And you can see it hopefully in behind here. Right there. Okay, so you can sorry, clicking on the wrong thing. So you can see it right there that we've added from the Dxfeed. Now, if we wanted to trade this, so far that's just like paper trading information. If we actually wanted to trade this, we need to have our interactive brokers added as well. So same thing, down arrow, go to the interactive brokers button, look for Netflix. Now there's going to be quite a few different ones with Netflix on here, and the reason being, interactive brokers has a lot of different platforms that you can trade it on, and exchanges and such, right? So I shouldn't say platforms, I should say exchanges. So let's wait for it to load. 197 different hits, right? So let's look for Netflix and find the appropriate one. So smart routing is usually the way to go with interactive brokers, I've been told, but lots of options there. So I'm going to smart routing, NASDAQ, USD, add, and now close. Hopefully, I don't know why that's not showing. Let's go to Netflix. Sorry, I'm a little slow at this. NASDAQ, Netflix, there we go. Okay, so now we have one for the Dxfeed, and we have one for Netflix on interactive brokers. Now, if I make a trade on this, I effectively would need to be on my interactive brokers feed unless you map them together. So I'll go into that in a different video, but that gives you the idea of how to go through this, and I'll just show it that it did load. Sometimes it takes a while to backload the data, and you can scroll back and make some changes as you want from there. All right, thank you and have a nice day.